Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we've got a map based loosely on a real-life location with some creative artistic elements included as well. Now, it's in the United Kingdom. It's actually in the south of Wales, the Swansea Bay area. And being it's in the United Kingdom, have I remembered to switch the traffic from the right to the left-hand side? Well, you'll have to wait to see, won't you? It does have one unusual flaw in today's map. It won't bother some of you, it will bother others of you, and I'll leave you to make up your own minds as to whether it bothers you or not. It's completely your call. Another thing that I want you to make your own mind up on is, do you want to be reminded daily? Question? That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, helps me get seen by more people, and helps me grow a little bit more every single day as well, so thanks for your support. Today's map is Perian Bay by Hooper. I'm not going to try and do the Welsh accent because I'm only going to upset the Welsh. I'm going to upset the Welsh anyway, I'm sure, but I'm going to also upset the New Zealanders today, but let's get onto that later. There's what is sort of the start square. I'm not sure if it's a start square. We'll talk about that in a moment. Here is your terrain height map. Lots of hilliness going on, but plenty of flat build plane as well, and the resources look very usable. Pretty much what you want is there. No oil, but oh, there is a little bit of oil. I see the oil. Off to the workshop. It's completely open today. We'll be using the Stray Cats theme Homecoming, and one of my favourite LUTs, if not my favourite LUT of all time, which is the photorealistic LUT by Reaper. I really do like that one. There's various other bits and pieces to read up on and one or two extra things to subscribe to. Now, when I loaded up the map, it was completely open. There wasn't a start square. It was literally, I was able to zoom into any point, but when I zoomed into any point, I noticed things like with the networking, like the rail here, was elevated. Now I recognize that. That is like in the map editor, or if you've unlocked an area, or you haven't unlocked an area, sorry, on the map, and you look over into that area, that's how it looks. Also the same with the docks, the bay area down here. You can see how it's glitching along the sides here. I recognize that as basically being unlocked. So I kind of figured that if I did a save game out of this, so basically I saved where we were, I reloaded the game, and well, that resolved it. But we don't actually have a start square per se on this map. So this is what I'm going to say to you. Then I'll look here at the lovely bridge work. If you like playing vanilla style, vanilla rules, buying the tiles one tile at a time, that kind of thing, today's map is going to be not for you. If you are one of these players that basically are nice pillar placement there, good pillar placement, and good pillar placement under there as well, all good, very nice. Yes, so if you like to use the 81 tile mod or the 25 tile mod and basically unlock it all in one go and you don't care, then this little problem won't affect you at all. Although I would suggest to oh, hang on, this is an error, little detailing error there that's been put in there for building of the bridge to align things at both ends, and it's been forgotten to be deleted. This end is deleted, at the other end it's not been deleted. So there we are, I thought I'd point that out. So yes, yeah, once you've loaded up the map, then immediately go and save it as a save game, load up that save game, and the glitching will be fixed. It's just a little bit weird. I don't know how it's, I'm guessing it's been in the creation process being a converted save game. I'm guessing. To this day, I still don't know how they do that. I'm sure one of these days I'll get round to asking one of the Eternals who know everything. Nice intersection here, very sleek and swoopy. Or of course, if one of you guys wants to tell me, just drop me a message via Twitter or through the Facebook page somewhere. Facebook, facebook.com/official BonBonB. I think we are, aren't we? I've forgotten who I am. Anyway, I'll make sure that the tag is on the screen right now so that you know where to go. And Twitter is, of course, at Edge of the Sofa, because BonBonB was taken. Darn ya, I tell you. So I'm just using my old personal one, which is now for YouTubing purposes. Nice intersection going on here. There's lots of loveliness going on. But the detailing across the map is pretty good. One or two minor things letting it down, like that first bridge, which still had the highway connection on the edge just to align it all up. But in general, very nice detailing on this map, where there be detailing. Not quite 5 stars for detailing. I'm spoiling things a little bit for you there, but we'll get to that later. I shouldn't be spoiling it, should I? No. Nice intersection here. I feel that this is probably where the start square is intended to be. Again, a lovely intersection here, and this does lead down to a roundabout, a detailed roundabout. Nicely detailed, possibly a bit more detailed than most UK roundabouts would actually have. They tend to be pretty plain over here, just a little bit of a hump and maybe a bit of hedging or 1 or 2 trees in the middle, but yes, nicely detailed. We'll follow along. Notice that the rail isn't glitchy anymore. It's down there at ground level. Finally. Right, so anyway, we're moving down to what I'm going to call the start square, because this is where, when I loaded up the map, this is where it started me off. Nice bridges going on there as well. Lovely, almost perfectly aligned, not quite. It's not that really matters. So yeah, the game started me off in this location, so I'm going to pretend that this is the start square, although I'm pretty sure that it isn't, because of that roundabout area over the other side. And what have we got in the start square? We have got the asset of the day. 4 little assets in one pack today. It's the UK construction houses times by 4 by Rick 4000, who everybody in the United Kingdom who plays Skylines, well, we all love you, Rick. I mean, genuinely, there's genuine affection for what you're doing here. You and Muck Welshman between you are doing some great work. Factoids, because factoids. Oh, this is one that's going to come in so useful for you guys. So useful. Sit down. In 1975, the most popular names for new babies in Australia were Matthew and Michelle. See, I told you. So useful. Fortunately, this book is nearly empty now. I'm going to be switching on to its predecessor book, an even older factoid book. But I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, there we go. That's UK construction houses times by 4 by Rick K4000. Thank you. By Rick with a K 4000 is what I should have said. Back to the roads, and a little elevated section there with the vanilla key. Very sweet. Of course, the highways. Would it be nice to maybe switch these over to McWelshman's motorways? Possibly. Another bit of fine detailing there. Again, probably more than you'd expect to find on the UK intersection, but it's still very nicely done. A little bit of artistic impression is fine by me. Yes, so yeah, if we could upgrade some of these to McWelsham's motorways, we've got a UK pack with all the motorways, and it contains all the signs and the barriers. Oh, a great pack. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go and have a look at the rail, because we were looking at the rail previously, weren't we? The rail is it's okay. It's within tolerance of the game. If you're a true realist, you won't want this. But I think most of us are okay with a little bit. Like, we've got a little bit of a gradient going on here. It's not incredibly steep. And it is off towards the edge of the map. It's not the main build area. So you kind of are not looking at this while you're building, kind of. But yeah, it's a little bit steeper than I personally would enjoy. There is a little stretch a little bit later on that's a little bit steeper than this as well. But I don't want to spoil. I'm doing all the spoilers today, aren't I? What is wrong with me? Anyway, yeah, I don't even know if we have catenaries in South Wales, but shrugging shoulders, hashtag bonbonshrugshoulders.com/no pepper dash. And we move on. We move on into a little bit of bland land, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. The Stray Cats Homecoming theme just adds enough detail to the texture to the ground to make it tolerable when there's not much going on, and the terrain is okay. It's absolutely fine. There we've got a catenary just blocking one of those tracks there. Again, does it matter? No, it doesn't really matter. But if we're going to be picking things up for perfection, that's the sort of thing that can be the difference between a 4th and a 5th star. Down here, catenaries. Oh, do you know what? You got away with that. You just about got away with that one. Nice work, Cooper. I don't know if you planned that. I don't think you did, but you got away with it. Through the forests, the Welsh forests. Now the question is, what are Wales famous for? And I don't talk about the creatures that live out into sea, you know. No, the Welsh rugby. They're very famous for rugby. They're very famous for leeks, and that's not like springing water everywhere, but the vegetable, part of the onion family, I do believe. Factoid. Of course, the bridge. We've been down this way, haven't we? We're going to that fake Start Square location. We've got with the docks, and we've got all these sidings as well. The Welsh, Puff the Magic Dragon. Yes, lives by the sea. Oh, and Ivor the engine. Oh, we're looking at the rail, of course. Ivor. People around the world are wondering what's that with BonBon. If you're in the UK and you're of an age, which you probably are if you're watching this, put the terrain back on, see how steep it is. A little bit steep up here. Yeah, you remember Ivor. And of course, Fireman Sam is based in Wales as well. Remember Pontypandy? Not Andy Pandy, Pontypan. That's the town that Fireman Sam is based in. I don't know why I remember that one, but it's stuck in my head. Then across here, this is where we've got a little bit of fiction. There is a quarry over here filled with water, and this is not a real life location over here. And but anyway, overgrown, misused. I like that. I'll tell you what, let's take an intermission. I can catch my breath, shall I?
Are you baffled by how YouTubers put detailing on their assets? Are you frightened that something called Anarchy would break your game? Then you need the BonBonB's Beginner Guide to Anarchy. Click the information button now.
Okay, shipping routes at Perian Bay by Hooper. In general, they're very good while they're out at sea. It's when they get into the harbours, it gets mighty tight. I look at this and I see problems. So let's have a little look at where we can put the docks. There, you can put one right there. Nowhere else around those areas. Nowhere down there. Nowhere down here. You can put one there if you want. Yeah, we are a little bit restricted, even though we've got the harbours, the shipping lines going down here. There's only about 3 or 4 locations. 1, 2, 3. I think that's it. Maybe 3 spots down there that you can actually place the docks. Follow the shipping along a bit further, and we have another set of harbours down here. A little bit more freedom down here, but it's still very restricted. Nothing down there, although you'd think there would be. 1 right there. Along the sides. 1 there. There's 2, 3 there. 4, 5, and then various bits along those edges there. And in that little setback bit there too. A water flow. The rivers do work. The rivers definitely do work. Look at the rivers in a little bit more detail in the middle, but the water is definitely flowing. Even got some water spawn points in the docks there to make sure that we don't have any sewage build up in those areas too. And then the third river over here as well. Looks pretty good. Lots of water flow going on there. So the map as a whole, it is a pretty good representation of the Swansea area. I say this is fictional, this area down here. I don't mind it. It's a perfectly good quarry. I don't see what we can do with it really. although you might be more creative than me in what you would do with that. I don't see much in the way of building space around there. If we head down to the rivers. Now the rivers. First of all, basic river down here looks okay. I'm not keen on the riverside detailing on those banks. I'm not buying that at all. I'm sure it's absolutely perfect, but I just don't buy it. The waterfalls are quite scenic. They're quite nice. And yeah, the river carries right the one. That's probably the smoothest of the rivers. The next one is a little bit lumpy. You can probably tell from up here, we have got a little bit of stop-start water going on. Now, I have let this game run for quite some time, not just on the slow speed as well, but on high speed for the longest time. Not for this particular river, actually, but that hasn't sorted itself out anyway, and I foresee that going on. Again, there's another ridge going on there, another one down here. But it was this river here, which was very stoppy-starty as well, very gloopy. Now, letting the game run for a while has leveled it out. This is about as smooth as it will get, I feel. We have got some ripples going on down here. Not too bad. Not too bad. And a bit of a splosh going on there. And then it sort of settles down quite nicely up here with some like flooded areas. I quite like this. Don't get me wrong. I quite like this. I like the idea of having to reclaim the land around the river so that you can do some building on it. As we come up to this part of the river, the detailing on the river, it becomes 5-star for detailing for me. It actually reminds me of, and this is not bragging, St Catherine's Point. So I've got the wetlands there, and similar sort of techniques have been used here as I used in my own map. So I do like this. I think this has been very well done. And if we could see more of this in more varied locations, we'd be pushing on for a pretty good high detailing score. But the river itself, well, it's just lacking a bit of control with the lumpy water. We have a look here at the terrain lines underneath the water. There you go. You see how it drops away a bit there, and then drops away a lot. Oh, let me try and get you a better angle. There you are, better angle. Jumps away a lot there, and then comes back up. And the banks are sort of like varied widths as well, and that is what's causing the lumpiness in the water. Down here is not so bad down here, but it is stop-start, and you can see we do have shallows here and there as well. The same going on with the underwater terrain with the little, it's not particularly flat in places, and you can use that to good effect. I don't feel that it's being used to particularly good effect in today's map, and that's what's causing some of these problems. Anyway, we'll turn the terrain lines off and we'll have a look at some other stuff, shall we? Like the fields, I've got to say that the fields, have a look at here. I love this lake. I'm going to use that for the thumbnail. But yeah, the fields. What do the Welsh have in the fields? Well, the other thing they're famous for is sheep. And there are sheep on the map. Come here, you can see little white dots in that top field. Pull up there, look, little sheep. You don't want to get any closer than this, guys, okay? You don't want to get any closer. What, you do want to get some closer? Well, I don't really want to, but here we go, a little bit closer. How about that? They look great, don't they, those sheep? You don't want to go any closer. Oh, okay, let's go in closer. Yeah, I told you, you don't want to go too close to these sheep. They are scary. Zombie bleached albino sheep. Yeah, they're lots of them. Lots of them. Now, I was tempted to get BonBonB, the little prop character, and standing behind there with his trousers down, but I felt that I'd be upsetting the Welsh too much. But I was going to suggest that BonBonB was actually a New Zealand visitor. Don't know if you're upsetting the New Zealanders. I'm sorry if you're from Wales or New Zealand. Us English, we're just as bad. We do it with our Wellington boots on. Anyway, so have a look at some of the, what we've had a look at the harbours. Oh, we haven't had a look over here. Over here we've got a little high point. You should get excited about this, guys. Yes, it's the Essential Lighthouse. I'm sorry, Welsh and New Zealanders, I really am. The Essential Lighthouse, it's done quite nicely, if I'm honest with you. A little bit of water glitching because of vanilla rocks and all that. So anyway, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Well, only you can decide. Has it got a chance? I think it's got a chance. Yeah, I think it has. Aesthetically, I think it definitely has some 4-star areas, but I think overall, I think the rivers lack it, bring it down to a high 3. It doesn't quite pop enough for a 4th star. Detailing, on the whole, very, very, very good, and I am going to give it 4 stars for detail. There are 1 or 2 areas that let it down, just 1 or 2, but all told, definitely worth, I think, 4 stars for detail. Gameplay potential, this is where I'm struggling. I think it's definitely got good gameplay potential, but there is that whole thing, can you play it as a vanilla let's play, vanilla style let's play? Because I don't know what's going on with that, I'm just going to give it a standard 3 stars. It is playable, there's nothing wrong with it, you can play it in any which way, shape or form, but I can't really go higher than 3 because I don't know what to do, basically. Anyways, Perian Bay by Hooper, I think that's a very nice map. I really do. Well done. Good work. Very good work. Right, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing, and for joining me for another map in the What's Map series. Guess what? Tomorrow we've got another map in the What's Map series for you to catch up with. It's going to be, it's Friday tomorrow. It's Friday tomorrow. Yeah, request map. Lovely. Voted by the BonBonB buddies, those guys over on the right. They've partaken in the vote and they've chosen tomorrow's map to be the one that you get to vote on. I'll vote on the old map now if you want to go and have a little look at that, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.